heard it here first on Wednesday when we told you about a new report showing that AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile were still selling users' location data to third parties who were then actually peddling the details of this on a black market. Now, even though they promised, they had stopped the practice. Well, now some of those wireless carriers are pledging again to stop all location data sharing. But do these companies' apparent violation of past promises prove it's time to crack down on them with new regulations? What do you think, gang?
Absolutely not. Who's going to regulate them? Have you seen the dinosaurs that are in our Congress? Most of these guys have been around since before the telephone and the airplane, and they're going to regulate data that's coming over the internet? It's absolutely impossible. They can't even keep the government open right now. I think that the public scrutiny alone is enough on these companies. The marketplace is going to take over these companies and tell them you got to at least let people know what data is being shared, and that public scrutiny is enough that we need. I don't think we need government intervention into something like this.
I do think John is right on that point, but we do have to keep up the public scrutiny on this. I know that the CEO of T-Mobile, for example, John Legere, has tweeted and said that he's going in everything. They're all promising at this time. But listen, this discussion that we're having with AT&T, T-Mobile, all the telecom companies, is actually part of this larger discussion that we're having with social media and with the big tech companies about privacy data. And I think as a society, and certainly as a Congress, we haven't figured out, and perhaps it's because, as John said, that people just don't understand the technology, but we haven't figured out as a society how to really balance this privacy, balance regulation, balance the need for corporations to protect this data. And so that's really all of this stuff that I see just comes back to that fundamental argument. I would say that one thing, Kamala Harris, I actually agree with her for once. She made a great point when she said that this is also a national security issue, because when you think about the number of high-profile people in government and elsewhere whose data could be tracked via this dark web search for location data, that really is a legitimate national security problem.
So I actually completely disagree with you, too. You know, John, I wouldn't confuse the obvious ignorance that we see from members of Congress when they conduct these hearings of people like Mark Zuckerberg on the one hand, with the work that their staffs and then professional bureaucrats can do in writing regulations. And I mean that quite seriously. If you think about regulating drugs, regulating food, regulating workplace issues, they can do it. It's not easy, but they won't be ignorant when they set themselves to it. And this is important. We should do it.
I like what Morgan said, though, about we have to make a decision. And maybe that does help us all through hearings where you did have Europe, for example, say, OK, here's our guidelines. If you break these guidelines, companies, you will literally pay. You're going to pay either a fixed sum of your revenue or a fixed amount, whichever is greater. So I do think it is possible to reach agreement. I do think this is a national security. I mean, Motherboard, as they had reported, I mean, they tracked down a reporter. They released that data.
Scary.
So, I mean, that's obviously one level, but I'm with you. I mean, you could have any number of very sensitive profiles being sold.
And
right?
by the way, kudos to Motherboard. Motherboard is a part of Vice Media, and they came out with this report. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know. Isn't that enough, though, Adam? I mean, you are a journalist for a reason. You want to expose bad stuff. Hold people's feet to the fire. Isn't that enough to get them? I mean, clearly it looks like AT&T and T-Mobile, they're embarrassed by all this. They clearly don't. They seem to want to change. Yeah. Isn't that enough?
No, I mean, David, the short answer is no. Upton Sinclair writes a book about the meatpacking industry, and then we pass meatpacking regulations governing the meatpacking industry. It's not enough just to shine the bright light sometimes.
Adam, I don't have no problem with you regulating this. You're a very smart guy, but I think you give way too much credit to bureaucrats and politicians. I don't want government involved in anything.
Well, I mean, there is, you could, if you wanted to be simple about it, no selling third-party data. Period, paragraph. If you choose to do that, you're going to get fined. Not that that's going to stop it, but sure, at least it's a disincentive for the companies.
And I'd rather say, you know, no, let's have a long, involved, serious conversation about selling third-party data and design rules of the road. It's, you know, it's complicated, but we can do it.
Well, you say we can do it. Look what's happening in Washington right now. They can't do anything. A $5 billion wall they can't do.
I can't argue with you. Yeah.
All right.